amigos, aquí estamos celebrando el paso de Cap Leeuwin. Bueno, en realidad lo pasamos hace un par o tres de días, pero hemos tenido una borrasca que no nos ha dejado celebrar como quisiéramos. Así que ha llegado el momento, Bruno. Molt bé, nois, si heu aconseguit 2 de 3. Prepara el barco. Esto está fresqueta. Otro para el Índico, que nos ha dejado pasar.
Buenas, ja hem passat al Cap Leeuwin, el segon dels 3 grans caps de la regata. Ara ja anem cap a Hornos. Avui el sol està sortint ara al dematí, de moment no tenim... Bueno, tampoc no és que tinguem molt de sol, tenim sol i núvol. Xubasco, tenim a dir. Anem a veure què fa aquest xubasco. I apa, cap a Hornos.
Animation then clearly showing Chamonix-Puigdemont way out in front, back in slightly better sea conditions, still going fast, 30 to 35 knots of breeze in the middle of the Pacific. Gaius and Neutrogena very close, only 40 miles apart as they jibe down the exclusion zone. Renault Captur heading for Wellington, making good progress but very light breezes for them. We Are Water going quite well, but in lighter winds. One Planet, One Ocean are catching. I've caught 170 miles in the last 2 days, and Spirit of Hungary going well as well. And there you go, Renault heading towards Wellington. You can see that big high pressure to their left, and there you see Chamonix-Puigdemont way out in front, and there you see a good representation of the middle of the Pacific. Barcelona World Race ranking on the 19th of February, Thursday, 9 o'clock this morning. Chamonix-Puigdemont back in business, making fast miles, 19.7 knots speed over the 30-minute speed gun. VMG over 4 hours is 18.2 knots, and they're 1,086 miles ahead of Neutrogena. Battle between Neutrogena and Gaius still very, very evenly matched. Neutrogena quicker now, making 15.3 versus 11.3 knots, but there's just 46 miles between them. Renault Captur heading towards New Zealand, making relatively slow speeds, just 8.9 knots. We Are Water being caught progressively by One Planet, One Ocean. There's only 448 miles between them. And Spirit of Hungary making 13.4 knots, still good, stable, quick, relatively quick conditions for them at the moment.
No, I'm okay. We're okay. So boat is fine. With light conditions, the weather doesn't make any trouble. But it's really light now here. We have like 9 knots of wind and doing 6-7 knots. So long road to Wellington, and then getting to know we have to go to New Zealand for repairs. It's a bit of a blow because from a competitive side, it really kills the race for us, because now it's like a run against the time and a little bit safe what could be saved. It's another challenge now, isn't it? But still, it's a challenge. So finishing around the world race is always something you want to achieve. We're going to Wellington, yeah, because there they're the best repair facilities, and also it was like the point we stopped. Our reaching set is probably the fastest point to go to New Zealand. So that too, because the best chance to find good boat builders to repair the rudder is Auckland, which is too far north, to the route, or Wellington. So it has to be the North Island in any case, because on the South Island there's not too much. That's the reason. So we hope that we can do the repair in less than 30 hours, so between 30 and 48 hours. So normally we will arrive Saturday during the day in Wellington, and then we'll have Sunday and early Monday to repair. I think if we arrive to do the repair in 24 hours or 30 hours, we still have a small chance to regain our 4th place. which we would be really happy with. So I think if we can leave just until Monday 8 o'clock French time, we still get a chance of getting fifth place. That's our new goal now, staying fifth at least. So we are still trying to do something competitive, because that's the only motivation to stay in the race. It's not you're going cruising, and that's not our intention. Okay. I think the problem with the queue, that's easy to solve. So I think that's probably something we can do within a couple of hours. We think it might be a connection between the queue and the hydraulics which makes this strange noise.
Confirmation then from York Reachers on Renault Captur today that they are heading to Wellington. That's the best place to repair that they can get to. They did look at Auckland, but it's too far to the north, too much of a detour. And so they have a plan in place. He reckons it will take them between 30 and 48 hours to repair the rudder. He said that the keel problem they have is something to do with the hydraulics. It doesn't appear to be a very big problem, but he talked us through the range of emotions they have been through, really since they thought they were okay, that they'd be able to carry on once they'd repaired the rudder, and they put the replacement on and they thought they were okay, still in contention, and they thought they could still push the boat, but then unfortunately the boat was consistently losing control, so they have to give up this 1,200 mile advantage they have over We Are Water, and they're really battling, he said, now for fifth place.
When we started to do the detour to New Zealand to get sorted the system of the engine, it's quite hard when you come back and you see you lost a lot of miles, especially as well because it was not easy to come down to the race because this high was cutting off the track. So we decided to don't worry about the rest of the fleet. And we don't see the results for the last few days. I don't see where they are. I have a little bit rough idea where they are. I know Renault is out from the race at the moment to repair his rudder, but we are not worried about the other ones. We are not checking his positions or his speed. We are only concentrated on our speed and trying to do our best with the wind and with the boat. It looks a little bit the wind is going to be softer for the next few hours. And then we have to play some jibe close to the cruising zone. Then it's going to be a shift to the north side. It's probably going to be light, and but it's going to try line, and then it's going to be westerlies again. So for the last few days we've been jibing with westerlies, and looks like except the next few hours the straight line is going to be again westerly. So we are just following the shift, following the squalls. Last night we were almost driving quite a lot on the squalls to get the best shift, the best wind. And I think for the next few days it's going to be the same, sailing slowly close to the exclusion zone as well. Now the exclusion zone is going a little bit north, so we have to follow the exclusion zone a little bit. That's why we are very close and jibing. In few areas, the exclusion zone is going to be more dry line, and it's going to be a bit easier. But basically, just keep going with this westerly, except the moment is going to go for the north for a few hours.
So interesting as ever to speak with Guillermo Altadil this morning on Neutrogena. He was talking about how difficult it has been to get back into the race, particularly to come to terms with having been so competitive all the way through the race up until they had to go into New Zealand. But there are plenty of challenges left. He said they really have been not looking at the rankings, certainly not studying them. He does know that Renault Captur are heading into New Zealand. That seems to be all he knows. Certainly not tracking Gaius, or so he says. Well, that battle is going on. It's very close. Interesting to see this morning that they pretty much jibed in the same spot, close to the Antarctic exclusion zone, and that had Gaius only about 3 hours behind. They are about 45 miles behind, And Guillermo's just talking a little bit about the exclusion zone and the influence it has on their strategy, such as it is.
Yo creo que para poder hacer una Barcelona World Race, el carácter que tienes que tener es a lo mejor tranquilo, ser una persona tranquila, paciente, porque es una regata que será larga y van a pasar muchas cosas. Al mismo tiempo tienes que ser duro, no sé cómo decir, una persona dura, ¿no? Una persona que es resistente, que te des un golpe con algo y te vuelvas a levantar y seguir así y seguir adelante, ser persistente en alcanzar esta meta. Y bueno, también tienes que tener un espíritu aventurero, ¿no? Que es el que te impulsa a seguir y a llegar más adelante y hacerlo mejor. Y por último, al menos en mi caso, también la competitividad, ¿no? El tomarte la regata pues como una regata, es una aventura, pero también es una regata, y al final hay que intentar hacerlo en el menor tiempo posible y lo más rápido que podamos, ¿no?
Y luego, bueno, pues ser constante, ser tranquilo, por si hay situaciones que son un poco complicadas o que más que reaccionar rápido lo que requiere es reflexionar más, ¿no? Pues tener este aspecto en cuenta.
Una situación dura pues podría ser pues estar en medio del temporal con olas muy grandes, viento muy fuerte y durante varios días, ¿no? Gestionar esto, al final te vas cansando y cuesta, ¿no? O también podría ser una situación dura, pues un imprevisto, ¿no? Una rotura en el que entonces pues ya no vale descansar ni hacer turnos de 3 horas, ¿no? Si tú estás con una rotura tienes que mirar de encontrar una solución y repararlo lo antes posible para minimizar los daños y para poder continuar, ¿no? Entonces, pues esto sería una situación límite.
Good morning, everybody. Today we're the 19th of February, and we will have a look on the weather forecast for the fleet of the Barcelona World Race. So if we look at the Chemini-Pujula boat, he's sailing just north of this low pressure. This low pressure is moving southeast here, and Chemini-Pujula is just in the north, and right now the wind is blowing from the northwest, around 30 to 35 knots of wind, and as the low pressure is moving this way, the wind is come with Chemini-Pujula. For Neutrogena and Gaes, they are just behind this ridge, and that's why they have southwesterly winds around 20-25 knots of wind. Right now, the boats are separated by 50 miles. This night, Gaes crossed the same way than Neutrogena, just 3 hours behind, so they are very close the one from the other. And they're going to sail along the exclusion zone and jibing all along it for the next 36 hours. Just have a quick view on what will happen for the next 24 hours. So the low pressure is just south of Pujula now, and tomorrow morning it's gonna be here. So it's moving very fast to the southeast. But in the same time, we have a subtropical low pressure coming from the northwest, just coming at the place of this low pressure. So Pujula will be probably here tomorrow, and this subtropical low pressure will be just before the 2 boats. So that's going to be a strong wind situation. For the other boats, Renault Capture is still heading to Wellington. He will be in Wellington in 48 hours, and he's dealing with this high pressure, so light winds around 10-15 knots, and that's for the next 50 hours, very light winds. Concerning Weirwater, he's just in the south of this high pressure also, so he has northwesterly winds between 15 and 20 knots, and the wind are going to shift a bit more south, and he can sail to the southeast. For One Planet, One Ocean, Farmaton, And for Spirit of Hungary, the situation is a bit different because we have Farmaton just before this cold front sailing in northwesterly winds between 25 to 30 knots. During that time, Spirit of Hungary is having the wind coming from this low pressure, so he is having right now 20 knots coming west, but during the day the wind is going to shift a bit more northwest, about 25 to 30 knots.